I just want to say thank you to the NBA for listening to our Black Coach segment. There has been a recent uptick in African American coaches being hired. Can I get an applause? At least y'all get an applause. Thank you. That's all we asked, and it's came to fruition, man. I'm very happy to see all these brothers getting this opportunity, man.
Now I just need them to hire Becky, and then I'm satisfied.
Exactly.
Love to see it. We love to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of On Second Thought, where we talk NBA basketball. So if you love NBA basketball, this is definitely the show for you. I'm your host, Tramell Jeffers, and I have my crew with me, the best crew out there. We got Miss Taylor York, and then we have my guy, Jerome Bradford II. What's going on, y'all? Back another week.
Man, just ready to chop it up about, you feel me? We got to chop it up about. We got much to discuss.
Very much.
A lot to discuss. So let's go ahead. Let's get into topic one. And right now, the NBA finals are going on. We have a 2-2 tie right now. And normally, the team that wins game 5, 82% of the time, they end up winning the NBA finals. So whoever wins game 5 is most likely going to win the finals. That's what history says. And honestly, I'm going with history. So it's an important game in game 5. We got the Suns and the Bucks. It's back in Phoenix. And now this series is really just completely changed. I mean, we were looking at the Suns up 2-0. It looked like it was probably going to be a sweep, maybe a gentleman's sweep, 4-1. But Milwaukee, they went home. Game 3, they dominated from the jump. They went on a 30-9 run, and that completely changed the game in game 3. Made it 2-1. And then game 4, we had a very good game, a competitive game that went down all the way down to the wire. And of course, we got to bring up that block that Giannis Antetokounmpo had on DeAndre Ayton. That's probably the best block in NBA history in the playoffs, honestly. I mean, you could pick LeBron's against Golden State or the DeAndre one against DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We got a 2-2 series now, so I'm excited to see what happens in game 5. It's going to be real interesting. Will Phoenix get back on top when they get home, or will Milwaukee keep the momentum going? What do y'all think?
Well, I mean, okay, so I'm kind of partial to the Suns just because I think that Monty Williams is like a really good coach, and they don't have – it's not hard for them to make adjustments when – time is, when it's time to. And so obviously it's time for them to make some adjustments, because if we're being honest, they really should have won that game.
Lord.
Right.
It was too many turnovers. They weren't taking care of the ball, too many dumb mistakes. So I feel like once they make these adjustments, they may win game 5. I don't know. I just really hope that they make these adjustments, because like I said, I'm kind of partial to the Suns. So that's how I feel.
Man, y'all know what they say. The series doesn't start until a road team wins. So, do y'all have the Bucks? You feel me? Taking game 5? Is that what I'm hearing? Can we?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that home crowd out there in Phoenix is gonna play a big factor. I think the home crowds for both teams really play a factor. And if you look at the first 2 games, Phoenix pretty much won both of those games handily. Now with Milwaukee, Milwaukee won game 3 pretty handily. But in game 4, it was pretty even. And this is in Milwaukee. So now it's in Phoenix. Phoenix has the home crowd. They have time to make adjustments. They have rest over the last 2 days. I'm kind of leaning towards Phoenix in game 5.
I feel like Milwaukee gave Phoenix every chance to win that game. I mean, if CP, let's just keep it real. If he didn't sell out, and if Giannis doesn't make a legendary play at the end, what the fuck? We're up 3-1 right now.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that's the playoffs. That's why you can't really get too overexcited on any outcome and things of just that nature, because it is a series, and the Bucks is tough to handle. You know what I mean? I mean, they've been with each other for what? I mean, this core for at least, I mean, they just brought in Drew Holiday, but
Yeah.
this core has been to the playoffs with the last 4 or 5 years consecutively trying to, get further and further down. And shit, man, I just feel as though if CP come back to form, because everybody talking about how Drew Holiday is taking him out of his game and shit like that. But to be honest, he's like shooting like 70% of Drew Holiday's dumbass. So I don't know what people talk about Drew Holiday going crazy. He's getting cooked. If CP can just, keep control of the ball, which is uncharacteristic of him, it would be a different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. What happened to Mikal Bridges too? My goodness, he was going crazy in Phoenix.
Yeah.
You feel me? Send a PRP for Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? And yeah, Cam Johnson. Because we need, if Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, and Jay Crowder can step up, then it'll be
fine.
a totally different series. I think the battle of the role players and things such as that nature. Because I mean, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, they playing like role players too. So if they hoop and the collective of the Suns doesn't, pull their weight, then it's gonna be a ugly series. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So real quick before we move on to the next topic, what are y'all's predictions? What's the series gonna finish as? Who's gonna win the NBA Finals?
I got Suns and 7, man.
Yeah,
Suns and 7.
I'm thinking Suns and
I
7.
said that before, but yeah, I got Suns and 7.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go Suns and 6. I think they get both. I think they get the game in Phoenix, and I think they go to Milwaukee and they win it on the road. So I think they win in 6.
That would keep my anxiety and the stress levels would go down if they finish in 6. Game 7 is too much for me.
All right, we're gonna see how it goes. It's gonna be real exciting. I can't wait till game 5. I'm excited. But let's go ahead. Let's move on. We're gonna talk about the Olympics now. And we gotta talk about Team USA, man. Oh my gosh. Right now, they're 1-2 in the practice games before the Olympics start up. Luckily, the game against Australia just got canceled because that would have been another loss. We just got through losing to them a couple of days ago, and then we would have had to play them again. But luckily, it got canceled. So we're sitting at 1-2 right now. We lost to Australia, and we also lost to Nigeria, which was very disappointing. But we did beat Argentina to bounce back and get our first win. But do y'all think Team USA is gonna get the gold medal in this Olympics? It's not looking too good right now in these practice games. So I want to know what y'all think. Can they get gold, and will they win gold?
I want to say they should still win gold, because even when we lost the World Cup, I don't feel like we would have lost if Tatum got that ankle injury. So we still got the upper echelon talent to compete. Know what I mean? And they finally added a big. I think like some of the injuries and Kevin Love finally, come to realization that he's not USA material, really helped the team, because I think they definitely need a rim running big like McGee. And just a younger to play some defense out there. Like Keldon Johnson, that's not a bad pickup, even though obviously he's on the team because Pop coaches the team. But that's another story for a different day. But yeah, man, I feel like the skill and talent was pretty redundant. Know what I mean? And it was hard to find roles, things such as that nature, because at the end of the day, it's like the NBA team. So what you are on that team, you completely different on this team. So I feel as though it was just hard for everybody just to fit in, things such as that nature. So with Bradley Beal, I hope and pray for his help and things such as that nature. But with him going down, it helped more define the role for everybody else and things such as that nature. So I mean, I'm gonna be a believer. I still got the win to go, man. It's gonna be pretty tough, but honestly, I just feel as though like if they just stop the threes from falling, things such as that nature, and if McGee can help with protecting the paint, then they should win. But when we lost to Nigeria, it was just raining threes, and then with Australia, we couldn't stop ball penetration. Patty Mills, FIBA Patty Mills it's different. So, my goodness. So yeah, so I feel as though if they just get more comfortable with each other, we'll be all right. But they definitely need some more defense for real. So I think that's gonna help because we added two pretty cool defensive pieces on the perimeter and at the rim. So we'll see. So I'm going yeah. I'm gonna stay confident. I guess I am American, so you know what I mean. So
Taylor, how confident are you in Team USA winning gold this year?
I mean, I feel what Jerome is saying about wanting to be confident in them just because they're representing our country. I wasn't really excited about the roster when they first announced it. I feel like I understand that people didn't want to play one because COVID is still a thing. Some people have forgotten, but it's definitely still a thing. Japan is a hotspot right now, and then like the NBA, they got like a really short off season compared to previous seasons. So I could see why like some big name players wanted to rest and not compete, but we still had a lot more talent behind those players that decided that they didn't want to play. So I feel like they can. It just won't be as easy as it was in the past. But I understand that the women lost yesterday to Australia by 3, maybe. But I'm not concerned about the women. I'm just a little bit more concerned about the men.
I'm gonna keep it real. Team USA has no chance of winning gold after watching the first 2 games. Us losing to Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria is honestly they're not a good team. That's a team we should beat by 30 plus. Honestly. Okay, we slipped up that game. Cool. Next game, we lose to Australia. That's another loss. So it just showed you right there that this team isn't ready. 1, they lack talent. 2, Damian Lillard, he can't play a lick of defense. Bradley Beal couldn't play a lick of defense, and now he's out. Also, I mean, you have JaVale McGee on the roster, Kevin Love, Keldon Johnson. I mean, the talent is just pitiful compared to years past, and it just reminds me of the World Cup team that finished in, 7th place 2 years ago? Yeah. And then you look at the officiating. These guys, they're used to drawing pump fakes and getting easy fouls and ticky-tack calls. It's not happening in the Olympics.
Nope.
And
yeah,
they're looking for the calls. They're looking for the BS calls that they get in the NBA. It's not happening. So a lot of that plays a factor. The chemistry just isn't there. Kevin Durant is your best player, and we know he cannot lead a team as the true best player without another real superstar next to him. So yeah, when he's your leader, you're not gonna win, and that's why they will not finish with gold this season. So yeah, Team USA will not win gold.
Real spicy. It's not the hot take yet. Goodness, he came on here real spicy.
But yeah, now it's time for the hot take.
Tramell, you're lacking American in you right now.
It's time for the hot takes now. And unfortunately, some of us have to take hot sauce. And first, we're going to start with Brittany because Brittany was a guest on our show. I believe it was episode 3, if I'm not mistaken. And she made a hot take. She claimed that the Atlanta Hawks would beat the Philadelphia 76ers in 5 if Joel Embiid was injured. But Joel Embiid was not injured. He played all 7 games. And Atlanta ended up winning at 7 instead of 5. So technically her hot take wasn't true. I voted that she shouldn't have to take hot sauce, but the crew voted she should. So Brittany, you have
That's
to
why
take
I put
hot
my
sauce.
faith in the crew. This is exactly why I put my faith in the crew.
It's like higher up, just don't care.
This is how you treat your guests, man. First time guest, and my take wasn't even that far off. But you know what? I honor the show. I honor you guys. So I'm going to take my little shot of hot sauce right now. Here it goes. Well.
The ones that you don't see don't care. They don't care about the digestive system.
I'm dead.
But you know what, man? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stop stalling. This week's hot take. Actually, I'm gonna give my hot take first. So it's really not much going on in the NBA right now. So I'm gonna sit this one out, man. I don't have a hot take this week. I'm sorry. I just can't think of nothing. So since I don't have a hot take, that means I have to take 2 shots of hot sauce. But I got one more coming because I said Giannis was gonna score 35 plus with a double-double in the rest of the games this series. Unfortunately, in game 4, he only had 26 points. So that means I got to take 3 shots of hot sauce. So let me hurry up. I'm going to take them real quick.
I'm so sorry.
Yes, oh, are you trying to cue to me right after that? Because I was trying to have him forget about me.
I mean, I'll go before you, Jerome.
All right, y'all go ahead.
So I also don't have a hot take for this week, just because my last one is still doable. I'm halfway there. I just had the other half is what I'm waiting on. So 2 shots.
Oh yeah, she got the real authentic hot sauce too. On that Panda Express, John.
Yeah.
I thought y'all was in Texas, man. Oh, he'll get you some rooster. God damn.
My family's from Louisiana.
Oh yeah.
It's in my blood.
Dang. Hey man, they gonna get on me too, cause my shit. I got this. I ain't gonna even say the brand name. Hold on, we ain't getting. You know, I could, culture my hot sauce up a little bit, but yeah, man. I don't have a hot take because, quite frankly, we gave $1 million. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna take my little shot. You know what I mean? We still don't have a sponsorship. I know y'all gonna do me dirty, straight dirty in the edit. So, you know what I mean? Edit something in too, cause y'all never listen. I know y'all not, but feel me? Ooh, that shit was kind of.
Come on.
Yeah. All right, yeah, D Book would be the best player in the Western Conference Final. I forgot about that.
You got. That means you have 2 more.
Sometimes I be faking these shots. This one, kind of hip. Yeah, I ain't gonna bullshit y'all.
I'm trying to see what you got.
This got a little, big, little yappa.
All right, come on.
We 3.
Yeah, you got 1 more. 2 for not having one, and then the Devin Booker. Come on, you got 1 more.
I'm having
Yeah,
one.
let's go. Come on.
Niggas out here spicy. God damn. I ain't talking that type of spicy. You know what I mean? Don't judge. I wouldn't care.
Here we go. Perfect.
If niggas is spicy out here.
But shout out to you, because you could be like TD and have interest.
Oh yeah. We should have made TD take 4.
Oh, no. We gonna get to that. We got an assignment coming up this week, so y'all stay tuned in the audience for that. TD will take his hot sauce, I promise you. But we all chickened out on this episode. We all didn't have a hot take, but I guess that's better than not having. That's better than having a cold take like Lance. So I'd rather take I'd rather take hot sauce than have a cold take like Lance.
Lance, he's coming for your neck.
Lance is gonna up on the episode.
We gotta wrap it up. This was a great episode. We're gonna see how the NBA Finals pan out. 2-2, Bucks and Suns. Game 5 coming up.
Wait.
What's up?
Before we close out the episode, I just want to say thank you to the NBA for listening to our Black Coach segment. There has been a recent uptick in African American coaches being hired. Can I get an applause? At least an applause. Thank you. That's all we asked, and it's came to fruition, man. I'm very happy to see all these brothers getting this opportunity, man.
Now I just need them to hire Becky, and then I'm satisfied.
Exactly.
Love to see it. We love to see it. But I want to thank everybody out there in the audience for tuning in, and we will be back next week, so stay tuned. And episode 10 is next week. This is On Second Thought.
By Fake Shots.
For exclusive shows and premium content, subscribe to the Polaris Network on Patreon.